Hi, welcome back to Ranger Talk Thursday. I have a special guest.
Hello.
So this is my friend Alexa.
Hello, everybody.
I've known Alexa for a few years now, and she's one of my besties. So obviously, I brought her in not because she's one of my besties, because she's a Ranger fan.
Yes, of course.
So exciting.
Yes.
How long have you been watching the Rangers?
Oh my gosh. So my dad was like a huge hockey fan. He was in the so he tried out for the Bronx Olympics, like for the Olympics team in like 73. So when he was there, like he got the USA jersey with his last name on it. He got the whole thing. He actually tore his meniscus before he got on the team. So after that, like when I was born in 96, like that was drilled into my head. So I've been a hockey fan since I was born, but Rangers since before I was born. That's
sure.
it. It was drilled into me.
Obviously. No, yeah, same thing. Like my dad is the reason I watch hockey. And I had to credit my friends because like obviously like they helped me get back into it. Like I was never fully into it until like I would hear them talk about it and I'm like, wait, I want to know what's going on.
Oh, of course.
So like I actually got into it that way. And obviously my dad's a big Ranger fan, so it just all came together.
No, yeah, it's honestly like because I'm the only girl group, like since we're the only girls in like our friends like friend groups, it's only right because like you're like, oh, I have to know a little bit about football or I have to know a little bit about baseball, and then all of a sudden hockey comes in. It's like, oh, this is like so easy to understand. It's always intense, it's not slow moving, so it's like, all right, great, like I could focus on this and actually enjoy it.
Of course. No, I love it. It's so high energy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I just think about it, I get the chill sometimes.
Well, yeah, no, last night's game was insane.
Oh, it really was. I mean, I was at work, but I watched the highlights this morning and was not expecting that at all.
No,
at all.
The whole game was pretty okay. Like, it was pretty steady. Obviously, we were down by like 2 points going into the third.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, it's the Rangers. We're going to blow it, like, as usual. But we made it to OT.
Yes. Oh.
That OT, I don't think I was breathing.
Oh, I could imagine. I was watching it driving. Well, that sounds really bad. I was listening to it while I was driving here, and they were literally just like, the announcer was going insane, and I was like, I can't even watch it right now, so I'm only listening. So I was like holding my breath while driving on the hutch, like.
Yes, like you don't. It's like, okay, it's going this way. Bing off the.
Oh my
off
gosh!
The post, and
yes.
Like, I was freaking out.
Oh no, it was. And then when he was just like, oh, top shelf shot, I was like, yes.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, and then, so for me, I'm not a shootout girl at all. Like, I get so anxious that I really can't watch. Like, I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, there's too much pressure on me. I'm like, there's so much pressure on me. Like, what if they don't score? Like, I'm the one playing the hockey game right now. And I was like, but I'm actually, I was very impressed because of, them being a mess recently. So I just can't, like.
Yeah. No, I do the same thing during shootout. Like, I'm pacing, I'm jumping up and down, I'm screaming, I'm sweating. I'm like, I'm burning more calories watching this shootout than I would any other time.
Literally.
My mom's like, are you okay? Like,
oh my God.
What is wrong? Like, something is wrong.
Thank God I was at work because I would have been in my room, like, I would have been screaming and yelling and, like, cursing probably. Like, my stepdad, he's hilarious. Like, so he likes, that's the only team that we agree on with any of the other sports. So we're sitting there watching the game together the other night against Lightning, and he was just like, come on. And I'm like, oh, so I'm okay to do this. Cause like, I'm screaming and yelling and throwing stuff. Like, if they don't win, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
don't talk to me. Like, man.
And Jeffrey, my boyfriend, being like a Lightning fan, it's like, don't win. Don't win. Tough. I don't care who he plays. Do not win. And then I get annoyed because then he'll text me like 40 times, like, and I'm like, no, I can't.
I can't do this anymore.
I can't do it anywhere.
No, yeah, it's just, it's crazy. And Tony DeAngelo is honestly one of my favorite players, and I'm so happy he scored the winning goal.
Literally was so excited. I was just like, yes, thank God.
Like, oh God.
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting him to, only because of like, just like out of the momentum that was going on through the game. I was waiting for like, Zibanejad to like do it, like I don't know why, because he's been like on fire.
Yeah, well,
recently.
When he got the first goal, I thought that was it. He's done. He won for us, but it was crazy that.
And they kept going back and forth, and then.
Oh, he has a Ranger hat on. Do you want to be on our show?
Reppin'.
Want to come in? But no, it was crazy. Speaking of crazy games. Alexa was at the New Jersey Devil vs. Ranger game, the one where Mika got his hat trick. How was that?
When I tell you, since we were in the Devils' territory, they were not having it.
Mm-mm.
And it was funny because like it was about half and half, like Ranger Devil fans there. But like the Devil fans are just so like petty sometimes. Like every time someone scores or like misses a goal, they're like, "You suck," and I'm like, "You have no originality to your chance." So when we got the hat trick, like I was all in the Devils' territory, so they were all kind of looking at me, and I was like, I can't cheer.
Don't make direct eye contact.
I literally looked out at my drink because I had like a soda because I was like, I was driving. I'm gonna be responsible. I'm my little sister, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink a soda. I'm gonna not anyone get around me, be rowdy. And then all of a sudden, people are throwing hats, and I'm like, they made an announcement during the right before the game started saying, don't throw anything on the ice. We know you get excited, but like if you get anything on the ice, like you're escorted. So everybody on the rink side that like the Rangers were on were throwing their hats, and like one of the hats got stuck on the ice like during the game. They the whole line of people that were standing on the ice, like the side rink, came down and were escorted. Like there was a line of like 20 people.
See, that's absolutely crazy because in the like I feel like anywhere, like if you get a hat trick,
you throw it.
You throw the hat on the team.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were escorting people for doing that is
literally
crazy.
A parade. Like if you were there, like you would literally see like 20 people like walking with Rangers, and it looks like they're going to the bathroom, like going to get a drink.
Yeah.
No. Like there was security in the front, security in the back, and they were walking them up.
I would have flipped out. I'd probably been banned from the place.
Oh, I know. And that's
like,
the
how
thing,
are you gonna stop me from celebrating a tradition like that?
Especially since we're so close to our like home rink that like we're allowed, like, you know, it's not like it was all Devil fans. We're like, there's like 3 Ranger fans and they just did it. Like there was like a new, like I want to say like 30, 40 people like on the rink side who paid for those tickets to be there, no matter what territory they were in.
And even though they're in Jersey and the tickets are like slightly cheaper, they're still so expensive.
Exactly. Like you're basically like paying for it to be in the MSG. So like it doesn't matter. And then
because you're what, an hour away, not even.
Yeah. So like that's the thing. And I was like nervous at first to even wear a Ranger jersey, like being alone with my sister, because I was like, are they gonna like harass me? Because like I don't want to be there and be like,
just tell Christina, keep your head down.
Yeah,
don't look.
Literally, I was just like, Christina, just like she like tries to look cute all the time, and I'm like, Christina, like just please like try not to like be obnoxious, like with her furry like head, like her headband that's huge. And I'm like, we're walking into like a sporting event that is in our territory, like just kind of not stick out. And then I saw a bunch of Ranger fans. I'm like, all right, we're good.
Like,
yeah,
okay.
Even though I sat in the Devil section, like I sat literally in it. Like there was like me and her and like the people in front of us, and then everybody else was like Devils, and like they were like throwing stuff. It was just bad. But yeah, I just didn't like their chants. They're unoriginal. They were very like annoyed that we won. So like while we were walking out, they were just like harassing like all the Ranger fans, and like I was like, I'm driving home. Like, please don't do this right now.
Like, I just want to get home, please.
Yeah, and it was like a 3-hour drive home because everyone was stuck like in the parking lot. Because it was like that was like the night it was like -2 degrees. It was freezing out.
Oh right.
That was the coldest day of the year, and I decided to go sit in an ice rink. So that's that. That was my timing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good. Like the hat trick, insane. Like the whole crowd. Like even though there was more Devils than Rangers, I'm telling you, like the crowd was insane, like insane.
Well, that's like tri-state area. Like, oh yeah, like you're going to Philly, you're getting that. You're going to Jersey, even in our own backyard. Like when you go to the Islanders games, like it's. I feel those are
really
aggressive games.
Oh my gosh, literally. I went to the island. Okay, so this is like my fault, but I went to an Islanders Lightning game because of Jeffrey being a Lightning fan, and we went. Me and Rob, our other friend that's a Ranger fanatic, decided to wear Ranger stuff because we didn't have any other team stuff like to wear.
And you want to like look the part.
And,
I
get it. We're mean because the Islanders are like our enemies, even though we're the same New York. But like we go there and the Lightning won. So the Islanders lost. There were these businessmen who were on the train like in full suits. They go to Rob and they start like taunting him and like getting nasty. Like, why are you wearing Ranger stuff? Like versus the Islanders, you're a punk.
What?
And like we're not even like it's our fault though because we weren't at a team. Like we weren't on a team, and they were just like. And there was like 6 of us and like 3 of them. And I'm like, we need to walk away. Like, I'm like, they're like, no, like, let's not do anything. Like, just walk away.
Leave the bad man alone.
Exactly. I'm like, let's go on this train and like, just calm down. And like, it was just funny. Like, you see Jeffrey in like a Lightning jersey and he just came to us. Like, not even against like the opposing team. Like, they just didn't like us. So I was just like, all right, like, I get it. But we kind of rubbed it in our face, like in their faces. Like, yeah, we're Ranger fans. So. But like, yeah, that's what that is.
I feel like people do that all the time, though. Like, not all the time, but you see a few people in like these random jerseys.
Yeah, like
or
someone was in like the Mighty Ducks jersey. But, like, I get that. Like, they literally wore like from like the movie, like the exact jersey with like one of the characters. No, I love that. I would totally. Hello, that was probably like the first movie like that kind of like got us as children to like want to watch hockey, and like what is it, the knuckle puck or something? Is that what he does?
I think
so like that's the guy's jersey that he had on. So it was like kind of funny, but they were booing him too. So it was just like, and it was just an aggressive game.
Intense. You get to walk around with like a bat. Like stay away from me.
But the funniest thing is this game wasn't even anything. It wasn't getting us to the playoffs. It wasn't getting us to like the Stanley Cup. It was just a game for points. And, like, it doesn't change anyone's placement. It was just a game to play. And they took it to heart. So I don't know.
God. That's terrible.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Oh yeah, any hockey game is just wild and crazy. And
of course.
That's another reason why I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. It's fast paced, it's enjoyable, you bond with them, even though you've never met them, is if you're on the same like side as them. You kind of bond. Like, everyone's like, oh, Ranger, like, how, like, and they ask the same questions, like, oh, like, how old were you when you started? Like, oh my gosh, like, that's so great. And,
you talk to everyone in the section around you. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah. And they made sure I got home safe. The Ranger fans that I was sitting with, like, when we went to the Devils game, they're like, get home safe. Like, make sure, like, don't drive too fast. There's cops everywhere. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, because they know you're in dangerous territory.
Yes. And I'm like, great. And, like, I'm getting lost driving. So I was like, all right, thanks. So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. But I was happy I went, even though it was 2 degrees and against the Devils. I was waiting for it, but
yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's worth it.
Yeah, it was.
Who's your favorite player?
I'm gonna have to. Well, right now on the Rangers, so I'm gonna say Lundqvist because I don't know if he's my husband or my father yet. I don't know which position I want that to be. I'm like, I love him, and like, he's so down to earth. He's so humanitarian. Like, he's such a great humanitarian. It's just like. I love him. Like, he's not like just an athlete. He's like an amazing human being, in my opinion. And like, he does so much for charity. And I just, him as a human, I love him. And then him as a player, I love him. Like, being at the All-Star game and like beating the record of 12 goals he blocked.
Yeah, the save streak was 12.
Like, come on, like, that's amazing. And that just shows like who he is. And then if I had to pick someone that was already traded, I would have to say, I would have to do Miller, like,
punching.
So Miller, but I know like we'd have to fight for him.
Yeah,
he's like your literal husband.
I adore him.
I'll give him to you, but like I loved him, like, and I was so upset when he got traded because now the Lightning has basically the whole Ranger team.
And Miller was.
Oh, I can't. I get like so upset.
I know.
Especially because Jeffrey's like. A huge Lightning fan.
Huge.
So like I'm like, well, you basically have my whole team, so you could be on the Rangers side now, right? And he's just like, no, like now they're Lightning, so they like benefit me. I was like, of course they do. So now I can't even like cheer. I'm like, whatever.
Oh God, I don't know who. That's like, a hard one.
Like on the Rangers now, like who would you like think? I mean, it doesn't have to be your favorite, but it'd be like who would be like the most beneficial to the team right now?
Oh, well, definitely Mika Zibanejad for sure is the most beneficial right now. And honestly, I think the rebuild should be built around him in particular. Mm-hmm. But my other favorite that he doesn't really get talked about a lot, in my opinion, is Jesper Fast. Okay. He's a vet. He's older, but I feel like he's such a stable player. Like I don't think he does exceptionally well, but he doesn't do bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's a solid, good player on the team. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he puts up points. Obviously, that's a fact for sure that he puts up points. But to me, I think he's one of my favorite vets.
Yeah. So like when I was watching one of the other shows that you did, and you were saying
a fan.
Of course, hello. So you were talking about Smith and how he like annoyed you from the beginning. So I don't remember. Is he on the first or second line? I can't remember.
I think last night's game, I think he was on the first line. Actually, I could check that.
I don't think he was on the first line when I watched the Devils game for sure. So he was. I honestly picked that up instantly. I was like, wow, he kind of is like an annoying person, like player, because like. He's not passing to his players. He was literally the whole game versus the Devils. He was passing to the Devils, or he was passing behind like Zuccarello, and like Zuccarello being like one of the I don't is he one of the older? I feel like he's like one of the longer players on there now because
Zook,
of the rebuild.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I lied. Sorry, he wasn't on the starting line last
what,
night.
he's second?
I
don't remember.
I can't answer that.
I don't remember, but he wasn't on the starting line either for when he played the Devils. So when he came on, like I felt like, all right, good. Like the second line comes in, like maybe they'll like bring some energy in because the Devils scored within like 2 minutes of the game, and I was like, all right, like we got to get warmed up. He was not passing to anybody on our team, and then whoever, I don't even know who it was that was passing to like trying to pass to Zuccarello the game that I was at. Passing behind him, he had to turn around, grab the puck, or like they were just passing it. There's so many icing calls. Like I was just like, this is a mess. Like why are we playing like we were playing like the little kids that play like during each period. Like, at the end, I was like, this is a mess. So I think like that's the segue to the rebuild going on. I don't know how I feel about any of that with like all these new players and old players getting mixed around because like they still haven't gotten their groove. Like, do you see how that's like? What do you think about that? Like. That whole thing.
I feel it's a learning process. I feel like you obviously need vets to go by. Mm-hmm. You need those couple players to like help the little guys. Okay. Help the younger guys like really learn and know the ropes of because a lot of them are fresh into the NHL. Yeah. So I feel like they need these guys like Zook and even though Kevin Hayes is young, like he's a vet. You know what I'm saying? They need these guys to like work off of and feed off of and learn from. So I feel like I wouldn't get rid of all of them, but
of course, but aren't they looking to do that for like the next trade? Like we've heard about a couple of rumors going on. So now it's going to be a full new team. So now, yes, they'll be able to work together newer. So like they'll learn all like their techniques and learn like everyone's vibe. But now it's like right now it's kind of getting mixed. So like you have the veterans who know how to play, who know their goal and their positioning and, you know, their importance to the team. And then you have the newer guys that are kind of still nervous, kind of still anxious. Yeah. Like just trying to win, not realizing that like you don't have to win in order to like be successful. And I feel like they're all over the place. Like, I don't know. I think it was Smith. I can't remember who else it would have been, who was literally like passing it, like hitting the boards, like with the puck, like not hitting a team member, like hitting the boards to try to pass it to somebody else. And it ended up going to the Devils. And I'm like, I don't play hockey, but like I've watched so much hockey. Like I feel like that's not a successful pass when you're either passing it to the other team or you're trying to pass it to somebody off the boards because you can't hit it. Like go into a different, like position yourself so like you're more comfortable or like be able to take it yourself. Or
find a position or find an opening or something.
And they just weren't doing it. I'm surprised they won that game, to be honest with you, because of how they were playing.
Oh, well, obviously that was a close call too.
Oh, yes.
That was nothing is.
I was waiting.
Nothing is. Can't sit back and breathe when you're watching those shows. Never. I don't mean to cut you off, but we're gonna have to stop this segment. So, and then we will continue because this is a fun conversation. All right, we'll be back.